Hello, Cancer. This is your forecast for the Tarot of July 2015, and I'm really happy just to see the way that your reading is starting out here this month. It feels like, those things that you've been working for, yearning for, desiring, and trying to change is really starting to show. It's reflecting. I see so many of you now feeling that inspiration is more so coming back to you. You're feeling more energized. You've been breaking through. And of course, we're talking long-term changes that's been going on in your life. We can go back a couple of years now, actually. And some of you are still in the midst of the transformation of changing up your lives. And it's all about actually being more truthful and speaking your highest truth. Because when you're not, how will anybody around you, your partner, your friends, how will they know what you're really thinking if you're not expressing? And I think, for many of you, that has been the challenge. The nitty-gritty part of it is to dare let go of that sensitivity, the shell, the wall, the Cancerian crab shell, right? Holding so many thoughts on the inside as if being fearful of that it won't be taken in the right way or heard in the way that you're trying to express it and come across with those points. So it's better to keep quiet, right? But see, you're coming into your own empowerment and you're looking over this field that you've been cultivating, and from it you're seeing that these new steps that you have been implementing here over the last year, especially now these last 6 months, I feel from the top of the year to now, it's really starting to show. And so in this, there's more confidence being gained. You're feeling great about yourself. And it's more like you're thinking, well, if they can't take my truth, well, so be it. That's their issue. It's not mine. Right? And that is true, because you can only be true to yourself and in that of which you share to the others. And then how they will perceive it, well, that's on them. Right? But at least as you're liberating here, I'm feeling that your value system is changing. Now, when we're talking about values, sure, that can have to do with money and finances, but it's those inner spiritual values, the spiritual, emotional, physical, practical, the financial, it's more coming together because you're seeing that you're gaining control. You're stronger. You are transforming. And this strength, pay attention to it, because when you do, you'll start seeing how much more you're growing these aspects of your life dimensionally. And so you're on a good way. You're carving that new path. And I do feel, since we're talking about financial, here I can say it's a secure month, put it that way. There could be more money coming in, or at least securing it. And I feel that some of you are at a point where you're looking at, well, how can I control this area and become even more secure? And that will be actually going back over the income that you're getting and doing an outline. What are your expenses, and what are you left with? And how could you actually put some of this aside and save it for more long-term security? That itself can become very important for many of you Cancerians, even if you need to go and talk to a specialist, a money manager. That could be it. Some of you will be talking with your investors, others with maybe a bookkeeper, getting some insight, advice, and you will be shocked to know just how much you can come to save by cutting a few corners. Just by shifting a few things up, suddenly there's a whole new scenario. And for that is empowering for you as well. Because we know that for you, being a Cancerian, security is everything. Not just emotionally, but also as far as the grounds that you keep. Now, within communication, this area, what is it that you're just burning to come out with? There's something I feel ever since maybe here June, that there was not just a issue. Well, yes, we can put it that way. Maybe it is the same issue, but there's been apparently a repetitive pattern where you see things taking place and happening, and you haven't really addressed it, but you're accumulating those levels of stress by holding it. And I feel that this could be a month where allowing some of that pressure out will behoove you. I see a big smile on your face because once it's out of your court, the ball is in his or her court. So whether this pertains to, your partner, but it could be a coworker, anybody around you. Maybe it's something with a friend. Only you know what this means to you. But if you are holding and collecting these points of resentment, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Use this month as test grounds to just put it out there of those things that we just talked about, where you're gaining strength of speaking your higher truth. It is liberating. And the more you do actually act upon those things, the more empowered you become. Now, as far as home, though, family life, it is busy this month here, Cancer. I see a lot of to and fro. There could be a lot of short visits coming to the home. Maybe you're running around visiting, catching up with family members as well. And that's good, though. Family is so important to you. And you really suffer if there isn't that close connection. And so you have a great chance here this month to really get back on top and nurture those roots for those family members that maybe have drifted a little bit out to their own scenarios. And that just happens from time to time. We all get busy, right? And there's always that thought, well, we will catch up, but when, right? Make the when a now. July is excellent for it. It is filling your inner spiritual cup, making you feel more whole, more at one with yourself when these sides here get nurtured. Romantically, beautiful month, Cancerians. I'm feeling here that this is the time, this is the month where things can surface. Those things that you've spoken about, where you have shared dreams together of things that you would like to do, explore, and didn't find the time. But now here, July, I see that there's more than one of those dreams coming to the surface. And you acting upon your partner's dream and wishes as well. So when you do, there is a playfulness coming in here. And this playfulness is actually very health-giving. It's renewing down to the inner cellular levels. When joy is filled within these cellular levels, well, health is automatically restored. So we just need to remind ourselves to keep that inner child alive and happy and playful. That just energizes the whole path for now, but it also carves out that future path that is yet to come. So, we want to think long term how our joy, happiness, and healing lays. Now, I'm seeing here there's a potential dream. This is a nocturnal dream, something that can wake you up smack in the middle of the night. One of those, right? Or when you wake up in the morning, it's going to leave a very deep impact upon you. You will know when it occurs. And I feel what it's going to show you, it's one of those special dreams, very lucid dreams that pertains to you and your future. So down the road, you might come to incur a déjà vu, and you all probably have experienced those. And those déjà vus are actually the feeling of, wow, I've already experienced this, right? And it's because you have in that dream. It's your higher self funneling through with messages to you. That is you connecting with your spiritual higher self. So pay attention to it, because the insight here, I feel, over the next 2 to 3 months can actually unfold from it. Now, there is a male somewhere in the family. Now, I don't feel that this necessarily is your significant other, because you can be a male listening to this too. This could be a brother, it could be a father, it could be a cousin, but there is a man here that is needing some support or understanding, and I feel it is perhaps maybe a little bit health related. So see what you can do there to be supportive, even if it's just to visit and listen to him. But I feel he's just a little maybe sensitive to reach out himself, not wanting to impose upon you. So if you know who I'm talking about, definitely don't hold back. Make it happen. Pick up the phone and call. I see that this man will be very happy to hear from you. Then here, yes, some of you are just antsy now to get out and about, even if it's just for a road trip for a day or two. There could be some long distance travel for a few. And in that case, I see that is really good. But even if you can't get away this month before next month, try to make it out for a weekend. Just a night over somewhere, even if it's just the neighboring city. Sometimes that in itself is such a recharge of one's inner batteries. Because why? It's like when we can take ourselves out of our day-to-day routine, then it brings us out of our head. And when we get stuck in that same routine, the days just keep eating itself up and time passes so quickly and we get nowhere. We're still on that wheel of life. So by getting away every once in a while, it will allow you to think differently or see your life from a different perspective because you're outside of the routine. To do that, and then you can take your longer vacation a little bit later if you need to. For those of you looking for a new job here, Cancers, or Cancerians, should I say, it is a time where dreaming is high on the list. And we mentioned that one nocturnal dream here as far as your future. Maybe this is what it's all about. But I'm seeing here how you have dedicated so much time and effort towards working towards your goals, which is great. And we know that you're so conscientious. Your sign is somebody who nurtures everything that they touch. So you also nurture your job. But I'm feeling what is really important for you right now is to ask yourself the right questions. And what may they be? Those questions could be, am I really happy with what I'm doing? Do I love what I'm doing? Or am I just putting up with it? Is it just for the money, for the paycheck at the end of the month? Or am I contributing? Now, here's a key word, Cancerians, because to contribute is something that's essential for you. To contribute to the world, to give to the world, that the outcome and the output of your energy is actually making a difference for whoever is receiving it on the other end. And if you're not too happy there, well, then use this month to actually chase those inner questions. If I'm not too happy in what I am doing, what would I love to do? What is it I could really wish to do? Because sometimes we're not allowed to actually just work with what we love and desire. For some, that can be, not just a benefit, it's actually a gift from God to work with your hobbies. But you can definitely have the opportunity now to change things up to where you can feel that much more at ease. Because when we love what we do, it's no longer labor, it's a labor of love. And then you're part of the creator system, the higher creator energy being funneled through your consciousness, and that is when you're aligning yourself with your spiritual path. So here is a person that you can have some conversation with. I feel there is something money related to it. It's more like I see the scales being balanced here financially. So this person could be helpful to you as far as looking at how you can strengthen your financial situation. Maybe that's tying into what we saw earlier as far as talking to somebody in a specialized service that can assist you. But it could also just be here too, inner values. It doesn't have to be the monetary values, but here this man somehow will be supportive, listen, and strengthen your point of view. So this is pretty much what we have, but you can, and I would recommend listening to your moon or rising sign, just like we do in the astrology, because why? It adds to what you can come to expect and experience in this coming month. It will give you more dimension, and so do that, and maybe also listen to your partner's forecast to see what's coming up for him and her, or her, should I say. But listen, Cancerians, have a wonderful month, and I will see you there in August, all right? Bye now.